Today we are going to talk about everyone's second favorite thing to see on TV. Number one, obviously being softcore medieval porn. And number two, lawsuits. A fraud class action lawsuit was filed against Cassava Science Inc. regarding the results of their Phase 2 research of their newly developed Alzheimer's medication, Simuflam.
Remy Barbier, President and CEO, and also founder of Cassava Sciences. And just a quick 10-second introduction. At Cassava Sciences, we have one mission and only one mission, and that is to defeat Alzheimer's disease. We're a biotech company. We have a treatment, an investigational treatment, I might add, for patients with Alzheimer's disease.
How close are we to another successful Alzheimer's therapeutic? Simuflam supposedly targets an altered form of filament A, which is a protein found in patients with Alzheimer's disease. Its goal is to revert the protein back to its original healthy conformation in hopes of countering the neurodegenerative issues that this disease causes. However, the only thing this drug seems to be affecting right now is stockholder wallets. The value of Cassava stocks did not look too hot after the company was accused of presenting fraudulent research to their study. Kind of like what half you assholes do in your high school and college labs, except these people aren't trying to cheat their teacher. They might be trying to cheat the public. The study had completed the Phase 2 trial. Phase 1 being an evaluation of safety prior to clinical studies, often utilizing healthy volunteers who are the kind of people willing to pop some pills for a $20 gift card to Olive Garden and a slap on the ass. And Phase 2 is when researchers administer the drug to a larger group that has the specific disease that it's trying to be a successful therapeutic for. Cassava was getting prepped for Stage 3 when a citizen's petition was filed by Labaton Sucharow asking the FDA to immediately halt Phase 3 trials due to grave concerns about the quality and integrity of the laboratory-based studies. I have a feeling this is not going to go well, because the last time I heard someone complain about quality and integrity, it ended up in a pretty ugly divorce. Now, why is this justified? Well, there are three main arguments that the petition discussed. The first, unreliable biomarker data. The second, questionable methodology in key experiments. And the third, suspect Western blots in papers that constitute the backbone of Cassava's regulatory findings. The main people under investigation is Huayan Wang of City University of New York and Lindsay Burns, who's a Cassava employee. According to the law firm, it states the analysis of Western blots in published journal articles for both Dr. Wang and Burns show anomalies that seem to demonstrate systematic data manipulation and misrepresentation over the past 15 years. They go as far to say that some bands within the Western blot appear to have been reused in papers concerning different research topics that were published 5 years ago. So basically, unlike Mariah Carey at New Year's, they did not do a good job faking it. David Vo? How the fuck do you say this guy's name? The Deputy Director of Science Integrity and Ethics at Walter and Eliza Hall Institute of Medical Research in Victoria, Australia, stated that the results obtained were inconceivable. He stated that they most likely resulted from manipulation and fabrication of data rather than by accident or chance. Cassava attempted to use a third-party company, Quanterix, to analyze the blood samples to determine the levels of biomarkers within the clinical volunteer blood. However, it is believed that Quanterix's involvement in the data analysis was way less than what Cassava representatives let on. Quanterix representatives were very quick to explain that they deny any role in disputed analysis beyond assaying blinded samples and reporting raw values to Cassava. Last time people jumped ship that fast, it was the fucking Titanic. So what did Quanterix actually do? I'm not sure, but they claim that they had not interpreted the test results or prepared the data charts for the biomarker analysis for patients treated with Simuflam. Now I want everything I said to be true, because doesn't that make for a great story? Like, yeah, fuck you, Big Pharma, you pieces of shit. But I can't say that because as compelling as that story seems, the lawsuit isn't a real fine-looking piece of ass either. Labaton Sucharow also seems somewhat shady, almost like they have an ulterior motive and want to line their pockets with money. It turns out that they represent clients who have a short position in cassava. These anonymous clients may be in hopes of trying to halt the phase 3 clinical trials of Simuflam, which has shown no safety issues. This might be an attempt to lower the stock price, putting them in a better position to make millions if the stock were to crash faster than your erection when your date started to make farm animal noises. This actually seems to have worked temporarily, because when the news came out on February 2nd, 2021 about the success of Simuflam in phase 2 trials, Cassava Sciences issued and sold more than 4 million shares of its common stock. These sold at $49 per share, ultimately making more than $200 million in gross proceeds. At its peak, it reached highs of $135, but then dropped 32% to close at only $80.86 on August 25th, 2021, just after the citizens' petition was submitted. Now, its current price sits around $44. Haven't seen anything tank that hard since, well... Moral of the story, buy cassava, don't buy cassava. Just make sure that you triple check your data and have third parties that can attest to the validity of it. Because if you don't, even the smallest mistake, and I mean the absolute smallest, can stop everything in its tracks.